Hello and welcome to another podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. If you're brand new to all of this, this is not a podcast. No, this is a Facebook Live. This is a video that I talk about podcasting on. Today's topic about podcasting is physical therapy. I just came out of physical therapy, bum shoulder, which you can see. And I've been thinking about this concept for a long time, of physical therapy for podcasts. I don't mean how to podcast. I don't even mean how to get better at podcasting, because typically when we say those things, we're looking at overall general education. How you can do this, how you can get better at it. There's just ways to improve. Let's call that self-help. Let's call that better nutrition. Let's call that going to the gym on a regular basis. Physical therapy is different. I'm going to physical therapy not because I was out of shape. I am. I'm going to physical therapy because I had a pain and I went to go see a doctor, and the doctor said, you need physical therapy. Physical therapy is a lot different than working out, right? Yes, I'm lifting weights, yes, I'm doing things, but it's designed to improve a particular area. And not just improve a particular area, but designed to correct a deficiency. It's designed to fix something very, very specific that is either wrong or has been injured, or I guess was wrong, made right, and then during that process was made injured. I think there's some parallels for us in the podcasting world too. But it starts by figuring out what's wrong, what's injured, very isolated. What is the thing that not just needs improvement, because we could all use improvement, but what is the one thing that is prohibiting your show from growing? What's one thing? Now, your answer might be lots of various things. Well, there are lots of things that are wrong with me at the ripe old age of 50. Not only do I have a bum shoulder, my hips are constantly hurting me, my knees are bad. The list goes on and on and on, but I can't fix all of those things at once. Some of that's just simply getting old. This shoulder pain is something I can work on with physical therapy. So what's the one thing in your show? One thing isn't just bad or needs improvement, that is deficient, that there is something genuinely wrong and you need to improve upon. I think physical therapy can help with that. But again, it starts with identifying that one thing. It's going to be kind of tough to do. Once you've got it identified, you got to find exercises to fix it. And you don't know these, right? I didn't know. If I knew how to fix my shoulder, I would have fixed my shoulder on my own, but I didn't. I had to go to a professional. I went to a doctor who diagnosed, and then I went to a physical therapist that prescribed, if you will, a certain types of skills, certain types of exercises. We could do the same in podcasting. There are podcasters who, if not trained physical therapists, probably have very exacting ideas of how certain aspects can be improved. Take diction. Take the rate at which one talks and how one completes sentences together. I have a lot to say. I have a lot of experience that's been built up over the years of how to make words sound better when you're presenting them to people. Pacing and diction. And I've heard a lot of people who don't know the first thing about how to make the diction sound better. And I'm not saying I'm an expert by any stretch of the imagination. But it's something that I'm good at, and it's something I can pinpoint. And more importantly, when I work with my clients, I give them very specific instructions of how to make those improvements. Just for them. This is the one thing you should do different for your show to improve this one deficiency that has been identified. Here's very specifically how you can edit your script. Here's very specifically other techniques and tricks that they can do to get better. I don't know. And I can't talk about it in generalizations because, again, if I did that, this would become a self-help video. How to get better overall at the technique of podcasting, which is not what I'm here to talk about. It's not the idea of physical therapy. Physical therapy is to identify one individual piece and go to a professional to get you trained to do that thing better. Voice is the first thing that comes to mind, but there can be lots of other things. Maybe you just don't do a good job of assembling a show. Maybe there's something wrong with that. Maybe your interview skills are just not overall lacking. Maybe you don't know the first thing about putting together good, solid questions. How do you break in? Maybe that's it right there. Maybe you don't know how to break in on a guest when they're going too long, and you need someone help to do that. We don't have physical therapists in the podcasting world today. We don't. We have a lot of people who think they know how to podcast. Many do know how to podcast, that are giving advice. But we don't have anyone who is a physical therapist, licensed, trained, or whatever. So it's not going to be super easy to get this to happen. But it is definitely something to ponder, something to pontificate on about the future. Because maybe we'll get there. There are plenty of voice coaches. There are plenty of acting coaches. There are plenty of other coaches who specialize in certain aspects, or business coaches. There are fixers. Why not for podcasts? Why not for podcasts? I think it'll happen. Matter of when. If you need help launching a podcast is what I do. I make shows for firms that lead to measurable business outcomes. If that sounds fun to you, contact me, evo@podcastlaunch.pro. Check out podcastlaunch.pro for more about me. I'll be back tomorrow. It's Friday. It's a freestyle show. Chat with you guys then. Cheers.